How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Thank you
Good
very much for
afternoon.
calling. Good afternoon to you. What's your name?
My name is Onyemuwa.
Yes.
Calling
Welcome.
from Lagos.
Thank you very much.
I studied beside me in school, so I want to start from there.
That's good.
Now, the government has been borrowing money. I don't have voice, I only have mouth. But those that have voice in this country, I don't know why they keep quiet. The railway that connects four states in the north to the, where did they call it? Oh my God, remind me the memory. To Shadia, Abiware, or Niger. You see all the money they are borrowing? You see all the money they are borrowing? They are borrowing money to develop the north. Now, with what is going on in the country today, if something happens and we go on our own way, who will pay all this debt? If I say, Joy, can you borrow me 10,000? You must ask me something like that. If I don't pay the 10,000 naira, you will take that thing from me. So what? Is in Lagos State Rivers? Or what? Or Lagos State Airport? Or National Theatre? There must be something that they will use to pay. And the China can tell you, come on, I don't want to understand. You have divided. When you are in Nigeria, you tell me that the whole Lagos State, the China will take in it, so I have to take the Lagos State. Do we have effort to fight China? And in conclusion, God, ordinary glass stones, we have it in Ondo.
Yeah.
Ordinary glass stone can feed the whole of Africa. When Nigeria airplanes are flying all over the world in the 80s, Dubai was in the desert. I remember Malaysia, they came to Nigeria and take our ogede, our banana, and palm kernel seed. Today, you know what is happening in Dubai and in Malaysia. And we have people that gather themselves as Nigeria government that refuse to do what is right. Yet, they don't want anybody to criticize them. Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. I have a message here, Joyce, please. What exactly did you say they need this money for? I'll help you. Well, the government is saying that this loan would enable the federal government to fund critical infrastructural projects in transportation, health, education, amongst others. Pretty much everything required to have a developed society. And I think you've heard this once too many. And so, of course, on this platform, you're at liberty to express your concern or make a contribution. Hello, good afternoon to you. This is Nigeria Info.
Hello, good afternoon.
Welcome, lady.
Yeah, this is Ahibe.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Yeah, that the first caller has said the truth. And they're using Peter to rob Paul. It's never done anywhere in the world. You are building railway from Nigeria to Niger because your mother is from Niger and even partially your father is from Niger. And you happen to take on the throne. You have been fighting for years. So you are to slaughter the people you reside with that make you a governor and a president to the detriment of the Niger people. I wonder what the human rights are doing. This man needs to be arrested, and all the what they are doing in the north, the northerners better rise up and their amulet against the top official of their human rights. The provision that's supposed to belong to them. And they look at when you go to, they say Dubai, that most of the houses there are built by Nigeria.
Not most of it.
All of them.
Really?
I don't know. That's what the journalist told us now over the radio we had.
No.
What they call it, the people that arrest those who embezzle money.
Yeah.
Half of the houses here.
No.
They belong to
no.
And what the tendencies they call them, what they call it. And the people
right.
that are in charge
Thank
of
you.
embezzlement, that prostitute Ibori.
Okay. So thank you very much. I do appreciate your contribution. I want to know whether you think you support the government cutting down jobs. Yeah. Now, if you need an idea, say like a picture that pretty much would highlight what the government could be doing, that's exactly what's happening in Kaduna right now. So let's hear your opinion. Hello, good afternoon to you. Sorry, I lost you. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. This is Nigeria
This is
Info.
Ad-
Turn off your radio.
This is my own bender for Mikorodu.
Turn off your radio, please, and you can go ahead. Thank you very much.
Can you hear me very well now?
Oh, absolutely.
You see, let me tell you something. Nigeria have crude oil that we are selling to the world. Let me tell you, inside crude oil. We get 117 products. You get kerosene, petrol, diesel, and so forth and so on. But what did you bring to Nigeria? 8 products out of 117. What about the rest products? They tell you they collect money. It is a taboo for a country like us. We refining our products outside the country. We cannot do our own refinery. It's a crazy country. Let me tell you something. These people that you are sitting here, we have masses at the parties. They will come here, they will bribe you, you will vote for them. They will use it for hooligans to attack those who are protesting. Is it not the masses they are using? Are they using their own children? It is we masses they are using now. We don't review very well. We will keep on talking, and they are not good. They are not this. When the nation comes, is it not the massive students they are going to use? We are talking now. Say, I do not know now. They now say God should come down to come and help us. Will God come down for this country? Like the nation comes ahead. This is how we continue to be talking.
Is there a way out? Because I do appreciate your frustration, but I want to find out whether you might have considered...
a way out now, we should stop collecting bribes. The problem of this country...
Bribe or loans?
Disorderliness.
Or both?
Stealing. If you stop stealing, if you stop disorderliness, and if you stop all this nonsense we are doing, the country is going to be good. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. Government borrowing to finance deficit, and we want to know what you think about it. Welcome to Nigeria Info.
Thank you for having me today. My name is Felix.
Welcome, Felix. Speak up and go ahead. Thank you.
Precisely, I'm from Kaduna State.
Okay, great.
I tried to get you yesterday, but it did not work. You see, what is going on is that this country, because I had somebody in the north when I was listening for Mozobia, was saying that they have gold, they have silver, and whatever in the north. Mm-hmm. Then why are they afraid of restructuring? That is one. Two, why are we keep borrowing to develop another facing country like Niger Republic when we have our problem here in Nigeria that we cannot solve? The country, people are suffering, staff are being laid out in a daily basis. They don't care about us. The protester in Kaduna that was attacked yesterday, these people, when they see that the people are together, they will not bring religion and say, see, you see those people protesting, they are Christians. Go and attack them. Then because some of them did not go to school, what Malam tell them or what the so-called northern elite tell them, they will move and go ahead and begin to destroy property and life.
If you don't mind, it would appear that you are not necessarily speaking on the issue. By my observation, that is exactly what I think I've discovered. I'm asking about what you think regarding the government borrowing and the fact that that singular inability for our revenues to outweigh our expenditure is going to probably lead to civil servants or, workers having their salaries either cut or maybe even them losing their jobs.
Sister Joy, for the government borrowing money is wrong. That's number one. You cannot borrow when you don't have what to use it to fund that particular money you are borrowing.
Well, they say that they want to... No. They say they have what they want to use the money for, infrastructural projects.
Thank you. You cannot continue infrastructure when in inequality, when people are hungry, and you want to continue infrastructure and borrowing money that our children will come and pay tomorrow. And these Chinese people are not ready to forgive any debt.
You never
Rather,
know.
they will take over all what they have put in place already. So why are we keep borrowing?
Let me ask you, do you think the government should cut down amount of workers or cut down their pay?
I don't think the government should cut down the amount of money they pay, the salary.
Okay.
Because even though they want to cut it down, they should cut it from the president to the Senate to the House of Assembly.
All right.
But they doesn't. All what is happening in this country does not affect them. They don't care. Out of the 30,000 naira minimum wage that they have not agreed to pay, that cannot buy a bag of rice, that's the same money that they want to cut down and lay off the workers. So where are we going to?
All right. Thank you very, very much for calling. I have a message here. He says, Joyce, believe me, this topic is infuriating. It's unthinkable that the government would practically open up a conversation about cutting Nigerian salaries. That's not even a conversation to be had. All right. Thank you very much. Martins, hello. Good afternoon to you. This is Nigeria Info. Welcome. What's your name?
Hello, my name is Jude.
Welcome, Jude. We're glad to have you here. You can go ahead.
Please, I want to talk about this. I want to contribute for this show.
Absolutely. Oh, please, go ahead.
Can the Buhari alone collect this money from Chinese if the Senate President and the Bajaji Amila did not sign it? They're only talking about the president. What about the people representing us? Are they not the same people that gang up with these things that are making Nigerian life to be miserable? Please, they are talking about Buhari. There are some people there that will do the needful. Buhari. The people that we are elected for them to do the needful for us, they are there.
Help us. Can you help us? In your view, what do you think is the needful? Borrow money, invest, cut down the workforce, save some money. Give us your idea.
Their money. Even the Buhari should cut their money. Shibajo should cut their money. Even the money that they took from this security vote, what are they using it for? Every money they collected, what are they using it for? They are just using it to buy losses and everything. And they think that they are fighting for Nigeria. They are not fighting for Nigeria. They are fighting for themselves, their generation. I'm sorry for this, Nigeria. God will help us.
Welcome, 99.3 Nigeria Info. Good afternoon to you. You'll need to turn off your radio.
Yeah, it's off already.
Thank you very much for calling, lady. We're glad to have you here. You can tell us your name and go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Ngozi.
Yes. Welcome, Ngozi. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Joyce, my problem here is borrowing. Last time on your station, I had when an analyst was actually talking about the CBN rules as regards borrowing. And according to that report, we were made to understand that even these governments have just put everything concerning the CBN Act, concerning the borrowing aside, and they have even gone more than what the Act recommended that they should borrow. I don't know why the House of Assembly members are keeping quiet, the Senate is keeping quiet. I don't know what just came to my mind when people were speaking. I said, probably now everybody would have known the importance of Saraki when Saraki was the Senate president. It's not always good to have the same party in charge of the entire system. This is what the problem is all along, Joyce. How about the government cutting down on the fleet of cars they drive, starting from the presidency to the National Assembly members, even to mayor commissioners? How about them cutting down the amount they budget for newspapers? How about them cutting down the feeding allowances? How about them cutting down Joyce on the people they make their aids and waste our money? Why is it that always when federal governments want to make money, they always resort to the poor masses that are already crying, that are already starving? Why is it that all the policies of this country have always been centered on making the rich richer, while the poor get poorer, Joyce? My problem is not even Buhari's government, because definitely what had a beginning must someday have an end. My problem is after Buhari has gone, Joyce, what becomes of this nation? Are we able to come out of the mess that these guys have put us just within a period of 4 good years or 8 years, as the case may be? I don't really know where we are going from here, Joyce. China is the worst place anybody can borrow money, because we know the policies on ground. I don't know why we choose China.
Okay, so no, this time around the loan pretty much isn't coming from China. It will be sourced from the World Bank, Import-Export Bank of Brazil, the Dutch Bank in Germany. Yeah, these are the major places the money will be coming from.
Joyce, if I were the Senate, I'm telling you, anything about borrowing from now to 2023, I'm telling you, I will never put a pen on it.
Okay.
Let the government look inwards in the system. Joyce, there is money in Nigeria. Let this government stop deceiving us. There is no money. There is no money, but these guys, they make millions every day, return millions. We hear stories. Where do they get those monies from? How they tell the truth.
I want to get your reaction, please. Money. I want to know what you think about that.
Joyce, my problem. If you heard when I said every of these government policy in terms of saving costs for the country has always been centered on the poor. You remember a few months ago, another law came out that be the mobile banking, the federal government or CBN as naira. This same thing is centered on mopping up the poor the more. Why wouldn't they look inward and cut these costs? The excesses we have, Joyce.
That's exactly what they're trying to do. But some people argue that this is aimed specifically towards the poor, and that in itself, it's crazy.
Joyce, touching the worker's salary, which already is a peanut. Just this morning in my office, somebody was asking how much is a bag of rice. And I heard somebody say 30,000 naira. Even the so-called minimum wage of 30,000, Joyce, is not even being paid to these people.
All right.
These are men and women with kids, Joyce. And somebody wants to go down and cut it. Do you want them to feed on their flesh?
All right. Thank you very much, lady, for calling. I thoroughly do appreciate your contribution. 99.3. This is Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Joyce.
Hello, good afternoon to you. Welcome.
Yeah, this is Adegoke from Lekki.
Welcome, Lekki. Goke.
Yeah, you see, in fact, this morning I was worked up really listening to the headlines and then also hearing some comments as regards what's going on in Kaduna State. And then you see what's happening now, talking about cutting down the salaries of the workers after you have sacked many of them. And in other states, they are still going to be sacked.
Well, so it's not just workers specifically. According to the finance minister, she's saying that they're working to reduce the high cost of governance by doing away with unnecessary expenditure. And
like the last caller rightly said, I said that in the morning, that when Jimmy Disu was talking about supporting Rufai for what he said, in fact, I was very mad at him for saying that, for supporting that nonsense that Rufai is doing. Now, what about Rufai and the other people who are in government cutting down on their own salary? Why not lead by example first? Why don't they lead by example by cutting down their own exorbitant salaries and allowances? The senators and all that.
Do you think if the government cut down, their own allowances, that it would... I think that's an obvious question, really. I was asking, do you think it would certainly impact the borrowing to a large degree?
To some extent. Even if they're going to cut down, it should be distributed to the workers. At least let the workers have something reasonable for themselves.
What do you think about the fact that, once again, you're being told that this particular borrowing is to fund critical infrastructural projects like transportation, health, education, whatever else needs to, be optimal in society for you to have a sane society to live in? At this point, we also have to add security now.
Yeah, my question to them will be, what about the ones they have been borrowing all these years? What have they been using it for? We're not seeing anything they are using it for that is tangible. Or else we would have said, okay, they are doing something, they've done something with the ones they borrowed, we can see it feasibly. And then we'll say, okay, if they borrow, we don't mind that they borrow. But
so you don't mind them borrowing. You're just, they're not being accountable for what they have borrowed in the past.
Yes, we are not seeing it. What you borrowed in the past is not impacting our lives. Still come to Lagos and go to other states. The roads are horrible. I made some traveling within some states for some months, and I know how the state of the roads are terrible. So what are you using the money to do? Look at Vadagri Road. It's a federal government road. Nothing is done. Look at that place. Horrible. Satellite town. People living in satellite town.
Yeah.
In fact, the day I went there, I cried because the roads are horrible. So what are they doing with the money? Nothing. And they want to keep borrowing and borrowing.
Thank you very much.
To believe them?
Thank you very, very much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're off on a break. When we come back, I want to remind you about how this affects employment. And then the fact that, this might have a good side. Hopefully, if we looked on the brighter side, I want to know what you can say. We'll be right back.
Information, the new currency.
Fact remains that the common man on the streets needs to have a better deal. And this president promised.
Much is to help fund critical infrastructural projects in transportation, health, and education. And of course, every other sector out there that needs funding in order for it to function optimally. Hello, good afternoon to you, Nigeria Info.
Good afternoon, Joyce.
Welcome, your name. Thank you very much.
Joyce, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Will a father keep on borrowing money and share his children and feeding you, and the children are not eating out of the money, and the father still keep on borrowing the money? It's ridiculous. Will the father now tell the children should stop going to school because there is no money and he's borrowing the money? It's ridiculous. Joy, ask the president and Nigeria, the Senate, each and every time they borrow money, a debtor has no value. They are the one killing Nigeria's value. When you owe someone debt, you have no value. So if you can imagine that you have no value outside the world, who are you? You are nothing. Let me just tell them something. We don't need to borrow any money. I believe if they have to create money from Nigeria, that would be the best situation. And I'll tell them, if each Nigeria, we are worth 2 billion plus, contribute one naira, I don't think each and every project wants to run in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, lady. We're glad to have you. Tell us your name.
My name is Hope.
Welcome, Hope.
Joy.
Yeah.
We don't need to borrow any money.
Yeah, but there appears to be a reason for the borrowing.
Let that reason stay one side. There is no reason of borrowing money again. The money is too much. Waiting. Joy, ask yourself, if your conscience is not beating you, look around you, what is happening? Is it normal? We have resources, and we believe in our resources. It can go forward in Nigeria for us. What is borrowing money every time? Waiting. Now we won't pay the money. Have they pay anyone out of the one that I borrow? Waiting. I beg.
Thank you very much for calling 99.3 Nigeria Info. I think I can do one more conversation. Hello, how are you?
Hello, Joyce.
Hello, lady. Good afternoon. Your name and your contribution. We have about a minute.
Okay, my name is Lota.
Go ahead, lady.
I don't support the borrowing of money from today's government. If they have to borrow any money, we must have seen what they used the previous ones they borrowed to implement, or rather to do. We've not seen any.
Have you seen nothing?
And I've not seen any. I've not. Then as regards cutting the salary of workers, They can do that only on one condition. A bag of 50 kg rice in the market should be like 2,000 naira. A bag of gari, 1,005. Electricity bill for a month should be 500 naira, and the light should be steady. Transportation, fuel should reduce to 50 naira a litre. That's the only time they can talk about cutting salaries of workers. And I'll be like, okay, let me consider.
All right.
They should first of all start from themselves because they are public servants.
Sounds good. Thank you very much for calling. I do appreciate. Now time for Lust of the Headlines, 1 o'clock exactly on Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
Only one station gives you great talk every day.
On the show yesterday, you spoke about the tariff hike.
How are you? 99.3 Nigeria Info. Welcome to the show. 7 minutes past 2. Why are we running? 1 p.m. Welcome. Look, we're still on this conversation. Someone's saying to me, Joyce, the government promised us that they were going to invest in agriculture. Today, what's the proof of that statement? Agricultural produce, now more than ever, are more expensive. So what exactly is the justification for further borrowing when only last month, I should actually give you that information. Welcome then. This new development is coming barely a month after the Senate approved the sum of $1.5 billion and 995 million euros external borrowings for the federal government. The loans were part of the $5.5 billion and 995 million euro external borrowings Buhari had in May 2020 asked the Red Chamber to approve to finance various priority projects of the federal government and to support the state governments facing fiscal challenges. So basically, the reason that was given last month for borrowing 1.5 billion US dollars and 995 million euros pretty much is about almost the same reason for this additional 2.3 trillion Nigerian naira. And a message here says, Joyce, to be honest with you, enjoying the show, but what is the justification for additional borrowing when, for example, even agriculture is not doing well? Welcome to the show. And a little bit more injection to give the image in your head some color is the fact that in May 4th exactly, the federal government proposed salary cuts for workers as a way of reducing the high cost of governance in the country. The finance minister said the president had directed the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission to review the salaries of civil servants as well as the number of federal agencies to trim the cost amid the country's dwindling revenue. And so for the country to pretty much help her expenditure, some things would have to suffer, if we can put it that way. They believe that all of this is to help a situation or help the government's current situation where expenses are being put out or expenses are being expended, but then the income, the revenue doesn't quite match up to the expense. So this deficit needs critical attention. The Labour Congress showed up in the news as well, May 6th, to pretty much reject the federal government's plan of a downward review of salaries. And here we are in this very beautiful month, considering the situation that suggests, what do we do from here? As a Nigerian observing the play out, what do you think, actually? And so between May 4th and 6th, in feedbacks saying what could happen, and I don't know whether you're ready for this, but given the opening borrowings and the fact that our revenue quite match up to what needs to be attended to, some things would have to face the cut. 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190. Hello, good afternoon to you.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Onyemuwa from somewhere in Ogun State.
Thank you very much for calling.
All right. Talking about the government wants to borrow some trillions of naira for infrastructure development. I want to say, to what end?
To the end that critical infrastructural products would be invested in.
Okay, now, over the years, they have been borrowing a certain amount of money for this same infrastructure development. I believe infrastructure development is talking about maybe roads, social amenities, but like security, there is nothing to talk about on that. If it's roads, they have not done anything about roads. Insecurity is getting worse every day. So what would they say that they want to use it for? Because once they have borrowed, they can't account for it. Now the book I read, Robert Kiyosaki, he says that the amount of money you owe to people determines how poor you are. And the amount of money that people owe to you determines how rich you are. You see the level that the federal government empowers Nigeria by doing every blessed day or time.
Thank you. Thank you very much for calling.
Why can't they make themselves so that other people will come and borrow from them as well?
Sorry, you mean why isn't the government developing to a point where other people can come to them to borrow? Yeah, sounds like a thing. Thank you very much for calling. Well, I need to read messages right now. Quite a number of our friends are saying something regarding the issue. Hello, and welcome to Radio Penal is going to help us with messages.
At Adeshino Oyinbo says, cutting down the workforce is the opposite of sanity in Nigeria's case, as it is currently. Why not cut down the political office holders' salaries, maintenances, allowances, and close down those unnecessary and unproductive offices created to embezzle public funds?
All right, that's one.
Adegboyega says Nigeria is under the captivity of a taskmaster, directly or indirectly through meaningless borrowing of loans. What it means is that the citizens shall become slaves and will be enslaved.
Well, you have to say that a little bit more boldly, that the citizens become slaves and could be, and might be enslaved. Well, you don't necessarily hold an argument against that because you know that the borrower is servant to the lender. How is it put? I think that's the phrase, but we'll go ahead.
Adakwele just says, hello, Joyce. My question is to all Nigerians right now. Is there any way we Nigerians can stop the federal government from this loan that they keep borrowing to share within themselves? Emmanuel says the government should not cut workers' pay. They should cut corruption. By doing this, overall workers and payments will be reduced.
All right.
At Debowale says, knowing that no business or investment will thrive in a state where security of lives and properties are not secured, borrowing at this particular time and laying off workers will be the highest mistake of the government.
All right, so I want to quickly read this one. The NLC observed that the valuation of the naira and the rise in inflation have put Nigerian workers' lives at risk. Labour said the call for salary slash by Ahmed is tantamount to a mass suicide and wish for Nigerian workers, adding it is most uncharitable, most insensitive, most dehumanizing, and most barbaric. Nigerian workers demand an immediate retraction and an apology by the Minister of Finance. Okay, so here we are with everything that can go, everything that needs to happen, happening all at once. Revenue is low, expenditure is high, unemployment, then there is inflation, and then there is Nigeria Info and you. 0700 993 993 993 and 01465 7190. Good afternoon.
Hello.
Turn off your radio. We'll appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, my name is Ernest.
Welcome, Ernest. We're happy to have you.
Yeah, okay. Joyce, please, if you have a calculator there, please help me check how much is 4.2 million euros in Naira, please.
I don't have a calculator here. I didn't come to school. I came to work. But 4.2 million euros, though.
Yeah, okay. I understand that like 4.2 million euros was repatriated from it was in the United Kingdom or so, and they call it the Bohemian loop.
That's about something trillion. Yeah, go ahead. You said what?
I said I understand that 4.2 million euros is the loop was repatriated, just like
Okay. Yeah.
So how much is it in Naira? And why are they still looking for money?
It's over 2 trillion there. It's over 2 trillion naira.
Okay, so why are they still looking for extra money to borrow again? Right. These people are not telling us. Good afternoon.
Oh, well, good afternoon to you. Thank you very much for calling. 99.3 Nigeria Info, how are you?
Hello, Joyce.
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Yes, please. My own comment is not much.
But can you tell us your name, please? We'll appreciate that.
Roslyn E.
Go ahead.
Yes. All this while, I listen to people talk. I think they should look inward. These people are planning, getting money, gathering money together while we stay on this radio station making noise. The noise I call it is because I'm among the noise makers, the wailers. They are getting ready for 2023. The money they will use to come and buy one bag of rice or one cup of rice for each individual. So they will get their votes back. We are going to be the one to pay and suffer it at the end of the day. All these languages they use behind it is a camouflage. Please, they should not borrow anything. NLC should stand up on their toes, and we all should support them, the Nigerian people, me included.
So I want to see whether you understand why they want to borrow, or at least why the government has justified the borrowing. It's to fund critical infrastructural projects, they say.
What name of infrastructure is that? Let me hear it.
Well, there's transportation, there's health, there's security, there's everything else that a society needs to hold together.
They have borrowed for this some years back, even till yesterday. Even the extended hand of help from this COVID-19 matter, the drugs that they are giving, all these ones that they have already carried into their house, like it's money too. You know, they think it's money. Many of the leaders have taken this COVID-19 injection into their house, thinking it's money. Out of their ignorance, they don't know that thing has seasons and time. You use it on one person, the next one is doing. They think it's money. They've heard it.
Do you feel so? But you have to also remember that all around the world there is not adequate supply of vaccines. Not everybody's getting their needed demand.
How much did we spend for any supply? And why is our own now? We are even begging for more.
Well, I think very soon you're going to have the opportunity to get vaccinated. It's not just peculiar to Nigeria.
I will never vaccinate anything. Nothing is wrong with me. There's no COVID in Nigeria. Please, I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. That's another conversation.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for calling. Hello. Welcome to the show. Good afternoon to you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good afternoon, John.
Welcome, lady.
Yeah, my name is...
Turn off your radio.
I'm not with my radio on.
Hello.
My name is Anne Opolo.
Okay.
I'm calling from Coca.
Okay.
Really. So, I want to say that most of your callers, they don't really understand what infrastructure means. The president is borrowing for infrastructural development. And it takes time before it starts yielding fruit. I heard some of your callers say they are mortgaging their children's future. Where will they get money to pay for all this borrowing? The infrastructure he is going to build with this money is going to yield money for your children's children tomorrow. Infrastructure brings development. It brings money for future, not now.
Yeah.
Maybe now we will suffer for it. That is a sacrifice we must all pay.
Okay.
But in future, the children, like America, I heard when what is his name? Abraham Lincoln. They suffered. They were using axe to cut trees when he was a young man. But their sacrifice is what made America what they are today. It's infrastructure. So people should understand that Buhari is not here to give us food to eat, but we must make sacrifice.
Sure. Do you also think, when you say sacrifice, are you also implying that federal government's decision to cut down salaries, or maybe, as we heard of in Kaduna yesterday, cut down number of workers, is one of the many type of sacrifices that we would have to give?
That is not sacrifice. It is cutting down costs, because I have been to Ministry of Justice in Lagos when I was working with a lawyer to file an affidavit. When I got there at Tinubu or what, when you get there, most of them do nothing. Most of the workers there, they sit around, do nothing. But any money that's come, they share the money at the end of the day by 4 o'clock and close and go home.
Okay.
They sit around because most of them have no job there, but because they know somebody, they just fix them one place there and they are collecting salary.
So you support this singular move for infrastructural development? Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. So hopefully someone else who has heard your point of view might pretty much readjust their perspective or maybe disagree with you. Hello, welcome. How are you?
Good morning. My name is Shegun.
Welcome. Good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon. I'm calling for Ireland.
Okay. Hello, can you hear me? Go ahead. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Welcome. What's your name? Thank you.
We're on the line.
Welcome. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, but I'm highly disappointed in the second to the last caller. See,
turn off your radio, please.
No, it's not on.
Okay.
Very, very disappointed. If someone can call in to say it's as if we don't understand infrastructure, she's the one who doesn't know the meaning of infrastructure.
Well, there shouldn't be a back and forth.
No, I'm going somewhere. She called in to accuse people, and I can also call in to accuse her. I can bet you she's APC member. Because if you are not suffering from what is happening right now, then you are enjoying from these guys in politics. Right now, the rate at which things are going up, it will get to a stage. Honestly, boys, I'm saying it will get to a stage. We guys and women will go after politicians. I'm telling you, if you go on the street, you will see hunger on people's faces. Not even, you don't need to talk to them. You just know that these people are ready to do anything. Maybe when we get to that stage and the politicians start running for their life, that's when they will sit tight. That's where Nigeria is going to.
Well, you sound rather upset about everything. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, welcome, lady. Tell us your name and you can go ahead.
My name is Choma.
Welcome, Choma.
It's so terrible. The lady teaching us about infrastructure. Is she not seeing that the monies that they are taking out and borrowing, that they are not using it for anything? Joyce, when last did the president do press conference? Please, I'm asking and I need an answer for everybody to know. When last? Press conference. Hello?
He's busy. He's in France right now.
Well, he's in France. I don't understand.
Apologies.
The last was, when last was it? Why I'm asking all this is, who is there demanding for all this? Is it the presidency or the president? Because we seem to have two groups of people leading us and then different people grabbing. The person talking of infrastructure, what? Do you look at the thing that Fashola started? The rail that is supposed to go to inside Benin. You understand? That one on Badagry Road. Badagry Road that we can see is not done. All the things they are doing. When last, as a journalist, did your radio station send somebody to the north to go and see what they are doing? They want to do rail into Niger. What are we gaining from Niger? And somebody is talking and teaching us about infrastructure that we don't know what it is. Where are they doing the infrastructure? Where?
Okay, so you were saying that all the borrowings so far you have not...
No, I'm asking, where is it? No, you are a journalist. Which one have you supervised? Which one have you gotten a new button?
I'm not a supervisor, I'm a broadcaster.
Yeah, you broadcast. Then broadcast to us which ones they've done, Joyce.
Okay.
Please,
okay.
try and do that. They're not doing anything. They're saving money and they're grabbing money. They don't know how to even generate money.
Okay.
Good afternoon.
Thank you very much. I have a message here. Someone is saying, well, Joyce, what about unemployment? Why are they not creating jobs? What exactly are they doing with all those monies? Because unemployment is constantly rising. So where exactly is the investment going into? All right. A question, I doubt I have the answer. Hello, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hello, good morning.
Good afternoon to you.
Sorry, good afternoon. I'm Shagun from Island.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been listening to this radio for quite a while now, and every day when I turn my radio on, and I'll just be laughing because, like, this is just getting terrible. Like, every day, this is getting hard. Like, I'm in my early 20s now. So I remember when I was small, there's this logo that I used to say, the thumb.
You have 1 minute.
Okay. Like, basically what I'm just trying to say is that these politicians, they have ruined us. Like, they've ruined us. There's nothing left for us. Like, I don't know. I just want to ask, after all this money they are borrowing from outside, like, if Nigeria is not able to pay back, what's going to happen? I just want to know, because
it could be written off. You could have a good creditor who writes off your debt. Maybe it could be written off. You could be forgiven your debt. Maybe.
And what if we are not forgiven?
Well, I haven't considered that.
Okay.
Thank you very much for calling.
Maybe Nigeria will be better by then.
Maybe.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for calling. We're off on a break. We'll be right back. 99.3 Nigeria Info you on the sunny side. My name is Joyce.
Join the conversation no matter where you are. You are listening to your number one station for talk. 99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
These details are private.